Hey, my name is Shadowsense and you're watching Sakura Spirit. I did it again. I said Sakura and not Sakura. I don't know if anybody cares. Anyway, last time our character Gushiken Takahiro was transported to seems like an entirely different world where there's fox spirits that stole underwear. And then, like, these guard girls that were super cute. And one had a naginata, the other one had a katana. And, yeah. Looks like we're exiting the forest. Let's hop right into it. When we exited the forest, alarms set off in my mind. The city I had lived in my whole life, it was gone. You've got to be kidding me. If I wasn't in Tsukino Toshi, then where the hell was I? Shit, I forgot their voices. I'm gonna sidebar. Inside baseball. It's been about a week since I recorded the last episode, and I haven't even looked at the footage. So, if the voices change between any of the episodes, I apologize. I'm not a voice actor, and I have terrible memory. Anyway, hey, no talking. Come on, I didn't want to bop you that much. Kinda. Maybe a punch or two. I just want to know how the heck you blocked my strike so easily. Your attack had a lot of power behind it, but it was kind of predictable. With the right movement and enough force, that's the result you get. Anyway, I'll play along for a bit. Where in the world are we? This clearly isn't my hometown. I mean, the buildings look more like they belong in some sort of classic samurai movie. Huh? What the heck is a movie? This is Harumaru. It's been here forever. Hikage, I thought I told you to silence him if he spoke. Actually, you told me that I could, but you didn't tell me that I had to. Must be tough being the subordinate of someone like that. Be quiet or I'll silence you for good. This time it didn't seem to be an idle threat. The girl had unsheathed her katana and was now resting at the edge of her blade against my throat. I was already starting to regret having played a hero earlier. Hopefully there would be someone with more common sense in the village. Several minutes later. I soon found myself confined within a small room, the stern-looking tsundere of a girl glaring down at me, while the other girl, who was apparently called Narumi, seemed to have softened up a little. From what I had gathered during their conversation, they had called the village elder to help oversee my questioning. What purpose did these thefts have? Or are you just some pervert who gets off... It's supposed to be gets off. Or are you some pervert who gets off sniffing girls' undies? I ought to castrate you. I already told you I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Not to mention, anything worn by you would probably smell sour. Dude, what the fuck? I don't care what situation you're in. You don't say that. You just don't. I couldn't see too well from the cell that they had put me in, but I was almost certain I could hear Narumi laughing nearby. Tsukino Dono, please calm down. You brought him in to learn the reason behind his presence in the forest, didn't you? That is correct, Elder Sama. I believe he was working together with the fox spirits trying to steal panties and other undergarments. Objection? Huh? What are you objecting to, young man? The evidence surrounding the defendant's accusation was fabricated. Narumi-san, would you please answer this question for the judge? Was the defendant, that is myself, anywhere near those girls while you two were in pursuit of them? Hold it! Just who are you calling a judge here? Lower your voice or I'll strike you down. Hey, Mio-san, maybe the whole angry accusation thing isn't working. This guy clearly isn't a bandit. We could just ask him why he was up here in the woods. If he has a valid reason, then sure. If not, he's clearly a panty thief, and we use him as a punching bag out in the yard. Finally! And here I thought this was about to become a turnabout case. I sighed deeply, partly amused by my own act, despite the seriousness of the situation. Who would have ever thought mimicking characters from games and movies would end up getting me out of trouble? Yeah, that Phoenix Wright reference kinda went over my head. As long as I didn't become an ace prisoner, things would hopefully turn out for the better. A wise idea, Narumi-chan. How about you start by giving us your name? Gushiken. Gushiken Takahiro. So what were you doing in the forest when these two were chasing the thieves? I'm not entirely sure myself. One moment I was praying at a shrine, hidden inside the forest. Next thing I knew, some weird girl was talking to me. A girl? Yes, a girl with horns and a tail. I know it sounds weird, but I could have sworn I saw her before. I must have fainted. After that, I woke up somewhere near the forest. Tsukino Dono, Narumi-chan, do you recall the stories behind the shrine near our village? Forgive me, Elder Sama, I do not recall. I know it's a place of high spiritual energy, a sacred place, but I can't remember the details. Sorry, Grandfather. The shrine belongs to Tsuyuri, a powerful spirit that has been watching over our village for as long as anyone can remember. Unlike the fox spirits, we tend to avoid going too deep into the forest. I still think that I could get rid of those pests once and for all, if you would just let me go in and find their home. It's probably hidden in some damp cave on the hill, or some run-down old house. Humans and spirits rarely mingle, even if they meet with good intentions. The fact that this lad says he saw a spirit means there is a chance he was there for a reason. Not to mention, did you take a good look at him yet? He seems disoriented and his clothes look foreign. Oh, I clicked outside the window. Whoops. He did seem to be talking gibberish earlier. He claimed to be from a city near here, but there's nothing like that around here for miles. He was also talking about something called a movie, and he used some fighting techniques that I've never seen before. He's still a pervert. I'm not a pervert. It's perfectly natural for a guy my age to be curious about certain things. Besides, if you're talking about how the panties ended up in my face, I had nothing to do with it, tsundere tyrant. What did you just call me? I ought to smash you to pieces, you brat. Oh, wait, now that I think about it, those two foxes did look like they were just abandoning them. But Grandfather, what does this all mean? I can't be certain. However, I believe it is unlikely that he's working together with the fox spirits. Still, I've never heard of any human to come upon a spirit such as Tsuyuri. I dare say he might not even be of this world. Wait, are you trying to say that I'm in a different world right now? That would be the most logical explanation. In what world would that be considered logical? I was asking myself the same question. This guy. He may not be all completely put together up in here, but he's asking the real shit. But I have an important tournament to participate in 2 weeks from now. Well, no one has ever experienced something like this before. We will have to think of how to deal with you, or if it is even possible to get you back to your own world. In the meantime, a night in the cell won't hurt. He did assault a village guard and he resisted arrest. He could stay here until he rots for all I care, but I suspect the Elder will wish to have a talk with you soon. Hikage, I'm going to clean myself off. I suggest you do the same. I would take offense for implying that I stink, but that was one hell of a run. Those fox spirits run fast. I'd still like to know more about those techniques, Takahiro-san. If you do happen to stick around, I might want to get a few rounds with you. It's not like I'll be going anywhere for the time being. It is only for a few hours while we discuss what to do with you. A person such as yourself would end up causing quite the commotion amongst the villagers, so it is necessary to convince them that you mean them no harm before we release you. And that was how I found myself stuck in a jail cell while the people responsible for my situation left to deal with personal errands. This sucks. As if being sent to a different world wasn't bad enough, I'm stuck in jail with my only company being a pair of beautiful, magnificent, majestic fox sisters, you lucky boy. A pair of beautiful... Wait a second. Yahoo! Hi there, panty boy! Yo, what was that voice? I should just go full falsetto. A familiar face appeared at the top of my cell, a blonde girl with golden eyes. As I watched, she flipped over and landed in front of the cell, waving her hands at me. From the side of the cell, another girl appeared with a wry grin on her face. Ah, it's the panty thieves! If you're here to reclaim your hostages, they are already back where they belong. Nope. We saw the guards go into the baths and swipe the maid in silk again. Look! With that, she pulled out a pair of lacy silken underwear from her sleeve and stretched it out with her thumbs, showing off her panty prize to me. You came all the way back here to snatch their underwear again? And I'm not sure the tsundere tyrant fits that label. The cutie with the katana? You would be surprised. I happen to believe that she is as innocent as one can be. She seems far too uptight to let any man touch her. As for returning to the village, we have a debt to settle. I smiled weakly as I wondered what the fox meant by debt. I'm not sure what this debt of yours might be, but I think you better leave. Oh. I can't read. Ah! Can't read. But I think you better leave before those two return. You don't seem to be on friendly terms with the samurai girls. Wait, if he doesn't know about it, we can just leave, Onisama. Maiko, that is not how we do things. Young man, your actions allowed us to escape our earlier predicament without harm. This places us in your debt, for which we are now repaying you. Maiko, do the magic. Okay. The younger girl walked forward and placed her hands upon the locked doors of the cell. She began mumbling something that I couldn't even begin to understand, and her hands began glowing brightly. Different worlds, girls wielding weapons, and now fox girls using magic? Next on the list, I'm going to find a talkative magical sword and end up destined to save the world. That said, I was curious to see what this magic would do to the lock keeping me imprisoned. Ha! The glow flared for a moment before quickly fading. There was a hiss and then the sizzle, and then the lock dripped to the floor in a mess of melted metal. Well done, Maiko-chan. You did very well. Relax for now, alright? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be most surprised about. The fact that a girl just melted a steel lock, or that I'm starting to accept that this is normal. This level of magic is extraordinary. Maiko-chan is quite gifted. But as I said, we are here to settle our debt. If you would like, we can escort you back to the forest where we first encountered you. I do, however, suggest that you decide quickly. The guards do not bathe for long. I should know, I've observed them for a while. Well, I didn't plan on sticking around, so I'll gladly accompany the two of you out of here. Maybe I'll be able to find my way back home. Lead the way, Peeping Tammy. Machiko. Sakurano Machiko, not Tammy. Takahiro, but I suggest we keep the introductions for later. Very well, Taka-kun. Follow. As I was stepping out of the cell, the sound of a familiar voice boomed in the distance. Thieves! Crafty fox kleptomaniacs! I'll skin you alive! I think that's our cue to get out of here. And with that, the three of us darted out of the prison. It's a chase! I think. This music suggests that it is, in fact, a chase. That scream. Need some water for that. And that's pretty much what happened. According to the village elder, there's supposed to be a shrine somewhere in the forest. It must be the same one I visited before I got caught up in this mess. Goodness, that sounds like a terrible situation. I know that spirits such as Sayuri enjoy playing with people, but this seems a little cruel of her. I would speak with her myself, but we, fox spirits are not allowed near the shrine. Huh? I thought the reason we never go there is because you get all flustered whenever Su-chan's around. Shut up, Maiko. I didn't realize a panty thief could get embarrassed like that. But maybe you two could show me the way to the shrine? Somehow the layout of this forest seems different from my world. Which pretty much meant that Arya's map was useless now. You do not understand. There's more to the ways of us spirits than meets the eye, Taka-kun. I will try to navigate you to the shrine, but if Sayuri does not want us there, then we simply not go there. I read that wrong. The only places we can navigate to directly are our home and the village. I could use gate magic, but that takes a super long time to cast. And unless I concentrate really hard, It usually ends up just taking us someplace, not fun. I think I'll prefer taking the ground route, but thanks for the offer. Maiko-chan, was it? That's right, Sakurano Maiko, at your service. Yay, my first human friend. Silly girl. Not that I doubt your navigation skills or anything, but didn't we cross paths a while ago? Or cross this path a while ago? Is my cat meowing at me? No, he's not. He's laying right here. Something in the audio sounded like a cat, and I thought it was Henry. Oh, you're right. Why are we back here, Oni-sama? Huh? I thought you were leading the way. Wait, I think if we turn this way, cut through these trees here, we might... Ah! The girl seemingly disappeared out of sight as she stepped in between two tall trunks, only to be followed by a loud splash. I ran towards the trees and looked down to see the girl, arms flailing wildly, neck deep in slow-moving river. Ah! Oni-sama! Oni-sama, quick! Please, you have to help her. I'm begging you, Al. I'll do whatever you want. Please, just save her. Help! That was a terrible voice for that help. It doesn't look that deep, you know. Don't tell me that your sister can't. She can't swim. Neither of us can. Please, Takahiro-sama, please rescue my sister. I guess I don't have a choice. Smiling weakly, I pulled off my jacket and dove into the river. The cold water sending shivers down my spine as I swam towards Machiko, who, despite the lack of a strong current, was slowly disappearing under the water. Urged on by the worried shouts of Maiko, I tried to reach the girl as quickly as possible. It took me a few strokes before I could reach her, but by that time I had grabbed a hold of her and pulled her out of the water. She had lost consciousness. She's not breathing. I felt my stomach drop. Dreadful thoughts of what might happen if I didn't do something began to fill my mind. But what in the world could I possibly do? CPR? I don't know what that is. She's not breathing. Help her. Please save her. Oni-sama, please wake up. Okay, but I needed to concentrate. Can you find something to dry her off with? Right. Great, a mage without a revive spell. As if trying to steel my nerves for what I was about to do, I muttered those words before leaning in. Breathe, damn it! Breathe! I probably just blew out the audio. All I could remember from my first aid training was that the patient had to be in a so-called recovery position and that I had to blow air into their mouth and push down on their chest. My heart pounded faster and faster as I looked down at the fox girl. I could feel my cheeks heating up as the blush spread across my face. Clumsily, I put her into what I hoped was the right position, and slowly I lowered myself towards her face, my lips parted. If you were this desperate for a kiss, you could have just asked. I know I'm a beautiful, exquisite creature, but pushing me into a river so you can play a hero is a bit too much, Taka-kun. It's not like that. I went in to save you. Oh, why thank you, oh valiant hero, for your rescue. I must admit, I'm not the greatest swimmer. But you know, it is often better to get permission from the maiden you've rescued before you claim them as your reward, silly. I didn't have a choice. I either claimed your lips or death would claim you instead. And a bold choice that was. Where's Maiko? I hope she didn't try to save me first. She's even worse at swimming than I am. She's fine. She should be heading back here right now. In that case, I believe we have enough time. Time for what, baby? So how about it, Taka-kun? My little sister will be back in a few minutes, and I'm sure a boy like you would have probably never kissed a girl before. Now, you can't prove that. You can't. Statistically, this is a different world. Shut up. So how about it? Want to claim this maiden's lips? Don't make me toss you back into the river. Ah, such a shame too. I was looking forward to finding out just how sweet your lips tasted. I'm not sure I want to find out what a wet fox tastes like. Oh, oh my god! It's one of the best lines in a visual novel ever. I taste a lot better when I'm wet. For some reason, I don't think we're talking about the same thing anymore. I felt my cheeks flushing up slightly as Machiko's teasing words. At Machiko's teasing words, and I awkwardly scratched my cheek. Anyway, at this rate, you're gonna catch cold. Then perhaps you should warm me up, Taka-kun. More importantly, we need to get you out of the soggy clothes. Oh my, Taka-kun, so bold. Please, won't you unbutton my top for me? It's just, it already is. Just look. If you insist. My fingers shook as I reached down the laces of her bodice. I was blushing brightly, and my head was spinning as I felt my fingers touch the cloth. Before I could continue any further, I heard a whoosh behind me, and felt something heavy impact against my body. My body toppled forwards, and I felt a nasty blow to the back of my head. Oni-sama, I brought the— Oh no, Takahiro! I could barely focus as the blonde fox girl began to fuss over me, but it was no good. Between running my butt off all day, the tsundere tyrant, and the following rescue, and now the blow to the head, I felt myself slip into unconsciousness. We'll continue on the next episode. Things are getting saucy. Anyway, if you guys like the if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.